Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. Guys, eclipse season is finally here. We've been talking about it for a couple weeks now, and it's finally upon us. I'm really excited to get this started and going, and I'm sure everybody, I know in my last reading, I asked how everyone's feeling. Is it kind of heavy? Are we a little emotional? It just feels very deep for a lot of us. So if any of you guys are even feeling at the pit of your stomach, like ominous or something's like changing, you know, we get this gut feeling like, oh no, like what's going on? It's really normal. We're all feeling it. So please don't get overwhelmed. We keep thinking like, what's going to happen? It's the energies. It's not just, you know, the planetary energies. It's the collective. We're picking up on collective consciousness. Everyone's anxiety, changes, fears, excitement, adrenaline. We're picking up on all of it. So now I'm going to be doing for this upcoming week for July 1st. Happy 4th of July for those in the United States. Just doing a reading to see what's happening with every sign. So please make sure you look for your sun, your moon, and your ascendant. It doesn't matter whether you do Western or you do Vedic. This is the energy of each sign, which regardless of whatever one you identify with. So let's do this, guys. Now, we've been having eclipses for 3 years straight. So if anybody out there is curious, you know, I know we do look at what houses the eclipse is happening. Hi guys, thank you for joining. But this is really a much easier way of looking at it. So we're having the eclipse this July 2nd. If you guys want to kind of see what theme the eclipse is going to have for you on a much more personal level, look back to last year around July and June. And see, that was the last eclipse. Say, what was really happening for me around that time? What changes were being made? What was I going through emotionally, psychologically, and physically? Hi, guys. And then look at that. So what happened, guys? What happened last June, last July? And then let's go back to 2017. What happened around July and August of 2017? There is a theme with these eclipses. Eclipses, as scary as it can seem to some of us, because not everyone likes change, they're actually really great. They clean house, guys. They're finishing karmic cycles, karmic patterns, unhealthy habits. It's cleaning out, you know? It's kind of like one big swoop. And as scary as that can feel and as painful sometimes, or even exciting, it really is in our highest good. So let's look at that theme. You know, July, August 2017, June, July of 2018. And you're going to kind of understand what's happening, what's pattern, what lesson are you learning, and what this eclipse has to hold. So let's do this, guys. Let's head on. Let's not run from it. So we're going to jump on in, and I'm going to go by sign. And thank you so much for those who do the timestamps. I really appreciate it. Thank you so, so much. And we're going to start with Aries. Again, please remember to do your sun, your moon, and your ascendant. If anybody would like a reading with me, the link is down below. These readings are psychic in nature. This is about the energy of each sign, what guidance comes through for each sign, and what support. I always ask the divine, what's happening for them this week? How can they best utilize this energy? With this eclipse, guys, there's like a weird stillness. Does anybody else notice that? Like even though emotions are in flux and things are happening and we feel very, very deep, we're really in the deep, guys, in the deep of our psyche, our unconscious patterns. But at the same time, the eclipse is making us kind of stand still, which is uncomfortable, but really healthy, because when you sit and observe your emotions, don't identify with them, observe them, they leave a lot faster versus like trying to distract yourself, suppress them, keep yourself busy. And that's what the eclipse is doing, is it's bringing it up and making us sit in it just enough to release it from the body. This kind of reminds me, if anybody's ever been like, you know, in a riptide or, you know, on a river, you know, so when you get taken with the current, when you struggle, you actually go deeper. But when you just let go and allow the current to take you, you rise to the surface and you move along a lot faster. That's very much what this eclipse is like, guys. So do your best to not struggle. Don't push, don't pull, just allow. And allow it up and out, guys, and we are rising above it. We are transcending it, very much like a rebirth. Reset is good too, okay? Let's do this. All right, jumping into Aries. Let's see what this week holds. This is for July 1st week. Understand energies don't work on dates, so you might start feeling this now, and you might start feeling it a little bit afterwards. Let's do this. For Aries. Okay. I've been just picking 2 cards for every sign to get really focused for a lot of us. And if anything comes up, I'll put in a clarity card. But you guys are the Chariot and the 10 of Ariel. So for you, Aries, a lot of the focus is in your own development, your career, your family, long-term investments for you, Aries. You guys might be changing in terms of what's of value to you. Where do you really want to put in your energy, and why are you doing it? You know, sometimes we this is just an example. We can be working to pay the bills, but that's a very short-term survival look. This eclipse is really bringing in advancements in terms of your career, your projects, your creative endeavors. But with these kinds of cards, you're not living to, you're not working to live. You're working in order to create. You're working in order to save, to be with family, to travel. Aries, your ideas of what's of value to you is expanding outside of just monetary. It's about your friends, your family, who you enjoy spending with, experiences. And when you guys come from this space, Aries, you guys are that much more successful, creative, dedicated. It's almost like there's a depth rising up in terms of what is of value to you, what is of worth to you. And it's giving you a new mindset and perspective in terms of motivation to buckle down, to put in the energy, to get clear, to get structured, to be self-disciplined, to kind of just be determined and have that self-control in order to get to those goals. It's not just like this abstract idea anymore. Aries, this energy is actually having you put things into play. And as a result, not only are you making much larger strides, but you're being recognized by colleagues, higher ups, your peers, even your family. And you're doing this from a depth of heart. You're doing this from a depth of love, not just what does this give me, but what does this provide for me in terms of experience, in terms of my loved ones? I can't just, when we're young, we never think of retirement. We're like, I'm going to live forever, and you're thinking deeper. You're thinking outside of yourself. And as a result, when you bring in this loving energy and you work from this space, the universe is providing you much more expansion, much more opportunity, and a lot more options for growth, financially, resources, abundance, and security, Aries. So this week is a beautiful week to buckle down. Good job for any Aries that are a little stressed right now with projects, deadlines, whether that is work or your own creative projects or even school. You guys are going to be fine. Just do it. And make sure you reward yourself. Aries, I know we're always like, go, 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 go. But it's really important to celebrate this, to share this, to be present. Because if you just keep going, 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 dude, life passes you by. So really spending that quality time, understanding why you're doing it, sharing it with others, guys. You're having this amazing reevaluation of worth and value. And as a result, it's going to bring you that much more success. Aries, this is a great week. It is a work-centered week, but there's a lot of financial success to be had with it. And when I say success is just not monetary. Success is being able to get that time off to be with family. Success is being able to get that house, to travel, whatever that definition is for you. All right? Whew, okay. Taurus. Let's see. Let's see. There we go. Huh. Whoa, 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 whoa. We're a little choppy. Okay. Taurus, more than one card is popping out for you. So to me, when that happens, it's not like you get more cards because you're Taurus, but there's a lot of aspects in flux, and that's not a bad thing. It's just they want to give some clarity here. So you guys also have the 10 of Ariel, just like your Aries brothers and sisters, the Ace of Michael, and the 5 of Michael. Taurus, and it's always so interesting when signs that are together, you guys share very similar energies. So you'll notice as signs go on, it's like the patterns are evolving together as the signs, the groups, For you guys, hi, Astro Warrior. Love you too, guys. Thank you so much for joining. So for you, Taurus, you're having this, and these are swords, the traditional tarot. You are also focused on long-term finances, security. You're focused on family, gratitude, really understanding what's of value and worth to you, but in a much different way. Taurus, you're recognizing situations that aren't really serving you anymore. They're not serving your family. They're not serving even your goals, your dreams. An example of this, just as just an example, you might have a job and you're working 60 hours a week. And while it's paying the bills and stuff, and you're hustling, you never see your family. You never have enough time off to even spend that money or go on those vacations. You're recognizing the culture isn't that great. So you're coming home grumpy. So when you do see or spend time with people, you're in a bad space. Like, you're really reevaluating that certain situations in your life. And pardon these guys, it's just that my neighbor is playing music and I don't want you guys to have to hear it. But you guys are recognizing these aspects are not healthy. They're not serving you anymore. And you guys are really having these brilliant new ideas, Taurus, to really change things up. You're like, you know what? I've been at this business for such a long time. I think this time I'm going to branch out. I'm going to be a subcontractor. I'm going to be an entrepreneur. I'm deciding to go in as a partner with my friend. This will give me the freedom to do all these different things. And Taurus, you're finally coming into this. And these are very new thoughts. These are exciting. Understand that when you do this, don't be scared, Taurus, to take this jump. You're doing it for a good reason. And it's always scary. I can't even say don't be scared. It's always scary when you have this new idea and you're like, you know what? I have to end this. I have to end this situation, this job, this relationship. I have to move from this house. I got to get out of this group. And it's really healthy for you, Taurus. You're recognizing it because you're having a clarity of vision. Like, I want to be in a healthy culture, in a business that provides me more vacation time, more financial prosperity. I want to have a group of friends that really support where I'm at right now, or I really need to focus on the family. You're just reevaluating mentally in a big way, Taurus. And this is a good sign. So if you guys have been teetering, like, is this a good idea? Let me be the sign from the universe that yes, this is a great idea, Taurus. Understand, when you start anything new, it's going to be bumpy. Like, learning the terrain, there's going to be ups and downs. That's not a sign that you made a bad decision. That's just a sign that it's new. You're learning, and anything that new has a learning curve. Everything, but it's going to be wonderful in terms of being able to you're going to have the financial stability. It's going to be longevity to this idea, and it's going to allow you to travel, to have vacation times, to be with people, to share with those you love, whether they're blood relations or friends or fur babies. But you guys really are doing this for a happier home, a more sturdy foundation and structure, a place to actually grow from for long term, not short term, long term. Okay, guys, you can do this. I have faith in you. It's scary. It's a little rocky, but you know what? Once you fucking do it, it's going to be great. You just have to tip yourself into it. It's going to be wonderful. And it's as scary as it is, there's so much opportunity and possibility when you do these things. Take your time. Don't struggle with it. This eclipse energy is not about struggle. It's just about letting things be. Allow things to flow in and flow out. Don't latch on to things and don't push things out. Just allow the movement. It's going to do it all by itself. Okay. Now let's do this. Geminis. Ooh, let's see. One more here for clarity, gems. Whoa, that's not for you. That's a big clump. Okay, gems. 8 of Gabriel, Page of Ariel. The clarity card is also the Chariot. This has been coming up, guys. I think the reason the Chariot's coming up, I always tell people, your career life or your financial life is always linked to your relationship life, whether romantic or platonic, because it has to do with worth. And you guys have been doing a lot of work in this area, so your work is going to come up with it. So guys, with this eclipse energy, with the July 1st, there's going to be a lot of sudden movement, a lot of sudden results, like all of a sudden. And it's really going to come in regards to school and work, gems. And now you might be going to school or getting a certification course in order to get that promotion, or you're going to school in order to get into the career that you love, guys. But you guys are going to be receiving news this week, whether you got into somewhere, whether you got that promotion, that already got that job, whether you're going to get into this course, whether that loan's coming in. But guys, all of these are amazing opportunities for growth. So please don't be intimidated. Maybe you got a job that you didn't think you were qualified for and you got it and you're like, oh my God, I've actually don't feel confident at all. Don't even worry about gems. You're going to learn along the way. There's probably going to be some training provided, especially when you have the page of Ariel. But it's really time to get to work, Geminis. This might be like a long-awaited dream. Like maybe you've been working in corporate and now all of a sudden you're starting your own music studio and you heard that you got the loan to open up the studio and you're like, oh my God, I'm doing it. Like it's happening, you know? So these are great things, Geminis. Just understand it's going to be quick. There's not going to be a lot of time, Geminis, for you to sit back and like do that crazy long think you always do, where you have to put everything in like perfect order. Nothing wrong with that. But this kind of movement requires decision making. Immediate. What's more important than the overthinking, Geminis, is the communication. Make sure that everything's in writing. Make sure that the emails are saved. Make sure you read the contract. It doesn't mean anything bad's going to happen per se, but the communication, everything must be clear. No verbal agreements. Make sure everything's, sign, seal, cross T's, dot I's, all clear on all sides, okay? It's just easier for you guys in the long run because things are going to be moving at a fast pace. So you guys have everything recorded. Don't be scared. Say yes, and yes to the opportunities that the universe is giving you. This is on an upward advancement for you guys. Yeah, when we're doing it, it's scary because it's new and it's a lot and it can be a little overwhelming, but it's the exciting kind of overwhelming, like, holy shit, I actually did it. Let's do this. You have to put the pedal to the metal. This is not something where you get it, Geminis, and you're like, all right, I'm just going to cruise with it. No, it's time to get to work. Self-control. Discipline is the name of the game. So you guys move forward, focus, put in those hours, meet those deadlines. If you know something's due on Friday, finish it by Thursday, something like that, Gems. Just make sure you make those strides. You got this far. Don't let anything fall back. This eclipse is not going to allow it. So if you do, you might get a nice kick in the butt. So, I got to keep up pace. All right, guys. So congratulations to everyone who's getting all that good news this week, Geminis. This is exciting, especially if you've been waiting like, oh, I guess I didn't get the job. It's been weeks and all of a sudden, bam. Or like, I'm scared. There's no chance I'm going to get into that school. Bam. Or, oh my God, I want to go to school, but I don't know how I'm going to get funding. And then you get that loan or that scholarship. Wham. Guys, Gems, congratulations. It's good for you. This is a wonderful chance to finally start moving forward. You might have been in a little bit of a slump, or like this stillness, like this lull. So you've been praying for movement, and movement you're going to get. So keep up pace. All right, Cancers. Let's see. I always say this in my readings, but you could always feel when the energy shifting. Like I always just kind of like take a time to ground so I can tap into the new sign, and it's starting, you can see, I could feel when it starts to shift, which is good. It's not a bad thing. Whoa. I'm going to pull a clarity card for here too. This is hilarious. It's a theme already. Oh, okay, great. So Cancer, I wasn't expecting this. Ace of Michael, Eight of Gabriel. The clarity card is Page of Raphael. For you Cancers, it's almost like there's been like an internal just decision. And I'm not talking just about like saying it like, I'm ready for a new job or a new relationship. You're like, inside there's been a click. Like, it's time. I'm like, internally, there's been a decision that's been made, guys. You guys had this amazing idea in response to your relationships and your social life. So this is not just romantic relationships. These are friendships. These are, your friend groups, your interests, any kind of interaction. You guys have really made decisions on what's healthier and better for you. And this week is bringing it in. So for instance, Cancers, you might have been single for a little while. And you're like, you know what? Like, I'm ready. But this is a really big internal shift, and it's going to happen like this, guys. It's going to bring it in quickly, and it's wonderful. And a lot of these things a lot of the things that are happening are going to be in person. There's nothing wrong with online dating whatsoever. You can still do it that way, but a lot of things are going to be in social settings for you Cancers. And for those Cancers who, these are just examples, who are in relationship, let's just say, you guys have been making a lot of decisions for yourself. Like, you know what? I may have, in my 20s, this is what were my needs and wants. But now in my 30s or 40s or even 50s, those have changed. And you finally come to a space where that's okay. And you're saying, you know what? I'm going to implement these new boundaries. I'm going to have this communication with my partner and be like, we need to reevaluate our goals together, our needs, our wants, and work together on this. Communication is most important. Or you guys might be having this great idea to, implement more of a social life. And so you're calling people, you're bringing up old friends or new friends, and you're really getting out there. But guys, you have this new idea and you're finally ready to put it into play, whether it's those healthy boundaries, whether it's a new direction, whether it's new needs, whether, you know what, we've been married for 20 years. It's time that we travel and do our own thing. Whatever it is, guys, or friendships, you had this discussion with friends like, hey, I'm really trying to be positive and move forward with my business. I love you, but you're really pessimistic. Let's try to be positive. Or just surrounding yourself with people that resonate with where you are now, Cancer. And that's okay. Sometimes we feel guilty, like, well, they've been friends for 20 years, or, it's not my partner's fault that I've changed. Well, you know what? It isn't, but it's not a fault either. Communicate your needs to the universe, to yourself, and start acting on it in accordance with what you've finally decided. Because now that you've made this internal decision, the universe is answering quick, fast. And this is exciting because, who wants to wait a long time for their manifestations, right? So you might be saying, you know what? I need a healthier new group of friends. You decide to go to a new yoga class, and all of a sudden, universe is bringing in soul tribes, people, and relationships pick up. You decided I'm ready to date again. Bam, bam, bam. You decide I want to have a healthier relationship with my current partner. Now, caveat, if you have a current partner and you've made decisions, this can go both ways. It can grow healthy, or the relationship can go away and something new comes in that's in resonance with what you're looking for. But it's going to move pretty fast. Don't be scared about this. It's normal, it's healthy, and it's in alignment with what you really, really want. If anybody's hearing that ringing from my phone, I really apologize about that. I'm not sure if that's just me. But you guys, Cancers, this is an amazing week. Just be grateful that whatever decisions that you're making in your relationships, you're not going to be sitting in a slump for a long period of time. You're making a decision. The universe is moving things out and moving the new things in right away, which is wonderful, right? We want to feel more in alignment. You don't have to wait months for this. So congrats, Cancers. I know we are a sensitive sign. So make sure that you're spending a lot of time outside. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water, taking those vitamin B pills, sea salt bathing, grounding out, express those energies, journal. So as you move through, you carry none of the old with you. Okay? All right. Leos. Let's see. Whoop. Clarity card. Nice, Leos. Okay, so you have the leap of faith, the Knight of Faith, the Knight of Michael, and the 6 of Gabriel. Guys, Leos, are you guys ready? Let's do this. You guys, you are on a whole new trajectory. And what's wonderful about this, Leos, is that not only is it going to move quickly, but it's going to be successful. You guys have made decisions. Maybe you're like, you know what? I've been teetering on this, but I've made the decision. I'm going to go all in. And what I'm talking about, guys, is a new frontier. When you have the leap of faith card, that's the Fool in traditional tarot. You're starting a journey that's brand new. It always reminds me of like Lord of the Rings or like The Hobbit, like this unexpected journey, When you have this card, Leo, You have to be in the spirit of adventure because you are not going to be given all the steps, right? You're going to be given maybe 1 or 2 steps, but that's it. And when you take that step, the universe is going to reveal the next and the real next, because it's a journey of faith. Now, I'm not talking about religion, faith in yourself, faith in your vision, faith in your dreams, faith in your abilities, faith in humanity, whatever it is. And you guys are moving forward with it. That's what makes it an adventure. If everything was secure, you knew what was coming, it's predetermined, you know? Now you have it with the 9 of Michael. When it comes, and with the 6 of Gabriel. So when it comes to this particular adventure, Leo, this is all about vision, ideas, and creativity. Let's leave some of the emotions, not like in a bad way. Let's kind of put those to the side. And that includes fear, uncertainty, doubt. There is no space for that in this adventure. You guys are going to be moving quickly. You're going to have to choose logic over emotion and make decisions. But what's wonderful about this, when you're in that space, Leo, I'm not sure if a lot of us just work better under pressure. We have these ideas, this creativity, and we just move and we act on the thing. I think because we don't have time to overthink, or to, you know, like when you write something and then you read it, you're consistently editing versus being creative, like being critical. This is a beautiful week, guys. You're going to notice the moment you also make decisions, just like your Cancerian brothers and sisters, the universe is providing. You decided to start that business. You decided to go all in on your YouTube video. You decided to throw it all in on an investment or whatever this beautiful idea was, Leo. And the universe is like, all right, providing you the people, the opportunity, the money, the connections, the networking. It's like boom, boom. And you're like, oh my goodness, go, 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 go. Because eclipses, they propel, you know, it's like boom. And so it's like, it might be kind of like a slingshot, you know, getting it all done, guys. And this is wonderful. When you have the 6 of Gabriel, this is, you guys are going to be successful when you get that award, that scholarship, that promotion, that recognition. You find the location for your business, whatever it is, it's all coming to fruition at the beginning of this week, guys. So pat yourself on the back, especially because these pre-eclipse energies made it look like it was actually not going to happen. These pre-eclipse energies is making it look like, oh my God, it's, you know, did I make the wrong decision? Or this looks like more problems than positives. But no, it's going to bring it forward. It's always a little darkest before the dawn. I think the reason the eclipse did this was to bring up all those insecurities, fears, doubts, patterns, karmic patterns, facing you know, cycles and habits that we have. We're rising above the depth of all of this murk, and we are re-emerging. We are rising out of it. And as a result, seeing how successful and how positive things are, it's completely breaking apart those old belief systems, breaking apart all those old fears, because all you need is one example to prove a theory wrong. You are enough. This was the right decision. You're doing a great job, and the universe is on your side. So just take a breath of fresh air, move quickly. That doesn't mean don't think. It just means don't overthink and don't be overly emotional. Be logical. Yes, I need this. Don't quite need that. That's a priority. That's on the back burner. You know what I'm saying? So congratulations, Leo. Let's just move forward with this. You know, I think the pre-eclipse energies is really like weeding out a lot of the, I don't want to use the word weakness, but the insecurity in us. Like, can you take it? Can you take the fire? Can you take the darkness? Can you take the fear and just move through it? Rise above it. And when you do, you are wow rewarded. And don't worry if you feel like you're failing. Don't worry, you really can't fail. All roads lead to Rome. But I think that's really what it's making us do, you know, to break through for ourselves, not for anybody else, but for ourselves. All right, Virgos. Let's see. Clarity card. Okay. I just want to find, I don't mean, I'm not like favoring any sign because someone's got 2 cards, some got 3, but just some need some clarity here. So you guys have the 9 of Gabriel, the Lovers, and the World. This is my clarity. Virgos, I think this eclipse is really hitting you in your relationships, especially your romantic relationships. And this is more for you though, Virgos, your own fears, inhibitions, blocks, working through patterns and cycles. You know, we can have the best partner. We can have Prince Charming, we could have a princess, but if inside of us we don't feel enough, if inside of us we're scared or untrusting, if inside of us we I just have been through so much that we just like, you know what, I can't take anymore, then it won't work. It's not so much, and don't get me wrong, if you're in an abusive relationship, get out. But I'm talking about us being able to finish a cycle. Virgos, you're being asked to push through and push forward. Be prepared for any possibility that comes up in regards to your relationships, not because it's to scare you, but because you're learning. You know, sometimes we dream, and I'm sure everyone has seen this, like we dream about being with just the right person or a relationship being perfect. The thing is, guys, if you want that, you yourself have to resonate with that, right? I always tell people, even if you're in a relationship that you're not happy in, or there's problems, and by the way, there will always be, because we're human. The other person could be a great person, but you know, there's going to be growth. There's going to be illness, children, death, bankruptcy. The world throws so much at us. But for you, Virgos, what they're asking you is to complete the cycle of learning, push past the fears, push past the stereotypes, the laws, the boundaries, the walls you've built, push past anything that holds you in a space of deep, unhealthy patterns. Maybe you're not a good communicator. Maybe you're used to pushing people away. Maybe you don't feel deserving, so all you do is give, and so you attract people who are narcissistic and takers. Whatever it is, Virgo, this eclipse and this week, you're going to be rewarded with deep, lasting, and healthy love. You have to give yourself deep, lasting, and healthy love. And you're right at it, Virgo. You're right here. You're at the crossroads. You're at the crux. There's not, you know, you see the finish line? You're right there. Push through. Even if you have to get yourself off the kitchen floor, if all you can do that day is get out of bed and put one foot in front of the other, Virgo, you have this. It's enough. It's done. You're finishing off a cycle. When you have the World card, it's happy endings, like happily ever afters. When we think of all these, you know, movies, right? It's always dramatic right before the finish. And I'm not saying life's a movie, but you can't determine the ending just because you're right here. It's not done. So if you are in an unhealthy relationship, then you're being asked to step up, push through, and finish off whatever patterns are creating this. Maybe it's time for you to step back, to say no, to say enough, to walk away, to say, I love you, but you need therapy or anger management. And until you do that, I can't proceed. Or maybe you're now in a healthy relationship and you're finding all these sabotaging tactics are coming in to like karate chop happiness out because you're afraid of actually losing it. Now it's time for you to say, I love you, Virgo. I know you've been through a lot. I know you've been through abuse and trauma and pain, but I love you. I got you. And I'm going to provide you what you need, whether that's therapy, life coaching, whether that's counseling, whether that's more me time, whether that's decompression, patience, compassion. It's enough. You deserve love of the most deep and committed and healthy kind. And right now, both hands, you're grabbing it, and the eclipse is delivering it to you guys. Now, for any Virgos out there like, F love, I'm not in love, I don't even want a relationship, then this is the relationship you have with yourself. Okay, Virgos, you're making it, you're doing it. Let's do this. Ask the universe for help for this one last push through, and you got it, Virgos. There's a reason we incarnate so many times, guys. If we were supposed to get it right the first time, we wouldn't live time after time after time. It's a process. So just be compassionate and as patient and self-loving with yourself as possible. Because from birth to death, you are who you're going to be with through it all. Okay? All right. Libra. Sorry. I had like a pause there for a second. Let's look at it. Ooh. Yes. Hey, you know, work is a huge theme with this eclipse. And when I say work, it's just career, purpose, creative projects, side hustles, whatever it is. It's a big theme. Libra, it's Ace of Gabriel, 3 of Gabriel, and the clarity card is the Chariot. This has come up like 3 or 4 times for different signs. But Libra, yay! So any Libras out there looking to hear if they got that job? Any new Libras are waiting to hear whether or not they're going to be able to go backpacking so they can put together the photography, you know, like portfolio? Whatever it is, Libra, this eclipse is bringing in this amazing wave of energy to really align with your passion, your natural gifts, your creativity. And there's definitely some travel involved here, Libra. So whether you're traveling for work, traveling for fun in order to get like this fresh new perspective, or maybe you're traveling in order to go to school or to get that training, there's going to be a lot of prosperity that arises from this. What I will say for you, Libra, is this: in order to be extremely I'm not going to say extremely. In order to increase the probability of prosperity and success, please make sure you're planned and structures. Double check everything. Make sure every document is signed. Make sure your bags are packed correctly. Make sure you submitted things on time. Make sure you double check everyone got the emails. You know, things like that. Communication. Make sure all of that is matched, because it's little simple things like this will create like luggage loss, or that person didn't get the email, so they didn't meet you for that meeting. You know, things like that. But besides that, Libra, everything is fantastic, especially in terms of your career. Now, your career doesn't have to be a regular 8 to 5. You could be working a job, but maybe you're trying to be an actor or an actress on the side, and you guys finally got that contract. So you're going to be going to New York really quick to film. Or maybe you're deciding to start up your own business, and finally you're hearing about clientele picking up, your marketing taking off. You have an opportunity to go speak at a conference. Things like that, because it's not just about a promotion, Libra. It's about being able to really expand, be creative, develop yourself, and move forward, not just in terms of like a title, not just in terms of a promotional pay, but in terms of your creativity, your ideas, your creations, the movement of your life. Maybe you want to be relocated somewhere. Maybe that could be a job, so you're moving to a different building or a different company altogether, or a different city, and you really have an opportunity to do what resonates with you. It's not just about the money anymore. It's about what brings you inspiration and excitement and passion and really drives you, Libra. And because you're doing it, you're going to be successful, not just in your own niche among your colleagues and peers. It's really going to be recognized, whether you got like, you know, an interview with a magazine, or you're being recognized at your company's awards, something along those lines, or maybe your viewership or clientele shot up, you know, things like that. This is an amazing time. So congratulations to all those Libras out there. You're hearing about those new jobs. You're hearing about those expansive ideas or projects, or you're wrapping up something with school. Maybe your thesis is going to get published. Things like this, Libra. It's really moving forward in your creative. So even though it's career, it's creative aspects. How you can really, your purpose, how can you really contribute? You're like, hell yeah, I don't want to just work at a desk. I want to make a difference. I want to leave my legacy. I want to help. I want to inspire. I want to make sure that when I leave this place, it's better than when I came. It's like that, Libra. So, so you've been putting in all this work, and it's not for nothing. It was not in vain, Libra. It's good job. Congratulations for all those Libras traveling and movement. Again, make sure you mark all your boxes correctly. Double check your bags. If you're doing like a TSA check at the airport, just double check those things, because just little tiny things can go off. Other than that, you're all good to go. Okay. Whew, Scorpio. Let's see. We gotta put a card in here in a funky way. There we go. God, I put this one backwards too. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, Scorps. There we go. Okay. Ooh, clarity card. Okay. All right, guys. Sorry, there's just a card that's backwards in here and it's driving me crazy. All right, Scorpios. Your week is going to feel a little bit heavy, but who better to handle it, right? The deep, deep sign of Scorpio. But not a bad thing, so don't freak out. Okay, you guys do have the Strength card, the Emperor, and the 10 of Raphael. Scorpios, for you guys this week, the best thing you guys can do for yourself, because there's going to be a lot of shifts more than likely around you, in your family, in your groups, extended family and friends. There might be changes there. And don't freak out, guys. I'm giving examples. There might be changes. There might be passings of people. There might be a need to let go of certain people in your family, in your or even in your relationships. But hear me out, guys. This is, I know everyone freaks out. I freak out when I hear this. I'm like, no, you know, it's not what you're thinking. This really is for your highest good, and if everyone's highest good. So when we lose, this is an example. When we lose a loved one, we're kind of like, how, I don't understand why we got to take somebody so amazing, things like that. We don't know anybody else's karma. We don't know that's their purpose, their life path. They've chose certain things, but there is going to be a need for a lot of more internal strength. This is not a forcing of things. And this could just be observation. Example, you could have a really close cousin that you really love and she's going through a divorce and you really feel for her and you really have to be strong for her or him. It doesn't, it's almost indirect. I mean, it could be very close to you guys, but it's happening all around you. So for you guys this week, what's really important, how you're really going to serve and grow is to have not just internal strength, but when you have the Emperor, you need to have structure. You need to be dependent. You need to kind of take control of the situation, because if you don't take control of the situation, not just you is going to fall apart, like probably people around you will fall apart too, you know. So I'm not saying it's all on you, Scorpio, but this eclipse, at least bringing it around you, is going to require you to really be still, to really give yourself the time to feel, to understand, to be compassionate and loving with yourself, to really be like, what am I feeling? Not why am I angry, but where is this really coming from? And giving yourself that love. But this week, you're going to have this energy of like, you know what? Even if this is happening, I'm going to be strong, but your inner strength is going to be action oriented. Now, some inner strength is more like, I'm going to be a hermit and close myself off and think all week. No, that's not you guys. Not this week. You guys are going to be action oriented. Like, these changes happen whether I chose them or life chose them or somebody else chose them, but I'm not going to sit back and do the same old like I usually do. I'm not going to lament or search on the internet or get angry, ask God why, or, you know, I'm going to actually take action. These things are in my highest good or my family's highest good or whatever it is. What do I need to do? What am I looking for? If these are changes that you actually made for your highest good, like, all right, I did this for myself. So as a result, these are the changes I'm going to be making. I'm going to be clearing myself, detoxing myself of unhealthy people. I'm going to actually make boundaries. I'm going to make these, you know, family decisions, relationship decisions, business decisions. You guys are ahead of the game. You guys are getting things planned and in order. And as a result, Scorpio, as a result, you have the 10 of Raphael. It's a beautiful, happy, and harmonious emotional life, family life, and relationship life. So anything that's breaking, moving, leaving, coming, whatever it is, Scorpio, it's important for you to really dig up that inner strength. Give yourself that time to be raw with yourself. Observe it, don't identify with it, and take action. Like I said, eclipse energy is like a slingshot. So you're not going to be in this space very long. The fact that your emotional body and your actions are matching each other, the universe is going to deliver quick with Scorpios. I'm sure you're going to love, because you're not going to want to be in that space very long. See what people say, I've been trying to manifest and it's not happening. Well, the reason is because usually what you're trying to manifest, your vision and your actions don't match, right? But with this eclipse, they're matching. You're taking the action, you're feeling through it, you're moving forward, and bam, the universe is delivering to you on a quick pace, Scorpio. So you're doing good. You're fine. Bring up that strength. You're not going to have to shoulder things for years. probably barely even like a month or two, to be quite frank, and just moving through it. You're going to have the support, the love, and then that you need to handle these things, and additional support coming in. It's a very happily ever after card of just your dreams coming true because you were able to take action from the space of inner self-strength and love. Okay, Scorps? Now, some people are like, that's heavy. And it's, you know what? It's life. We all have this particular layout at some point, but also don't forget to check your sun, your moon, and your ascendant. Okay? Sagittarius. Let's see. There we go. Okay, I need a clarity card because you had two major arcanas. So you guys have the sun, yay, and divine guidance. And the clarity card is 2 of Michael. Okay, Sagittarius, for you guys, number 1, the sun, awesome. Positivity. You guys are coming into success. You guys are moving into a space that is much more aligned with your vision. And it's not just because you worked hard. It's because you were positive. You believed in yourself. And more importantly, you guys are working through a lot of the negative mental patterning, Sagittarius. Whether it's like, well, that's just life. Or I hate when people say like, I'm just being realistic, because you create reality. So still falls on you a little bit. But for you guys with this eclipse, coming into this happier space it's doing it because you're allowing yourself to get the support, the guidance, the insight necessary. Now, when you have the divine guidance card, this can be a card of mentors, therapists, life coaches, wise ones, spiritual elders. But you guys have to understand this leg of the journey, this eclipse, this changes that's bringing in, it's coming in because you're not just working from the same old Sagittarius. So bravo for all of you who decided to maybe either see a therapist, see a life coach, a counselor, some form, really speaking to those spiritual elders, those wise ones in your family or community to get an outsider's perspective in order to move forward. In this particular area, whatever area you guys are moving in towards, whether it's in your relationships or your career, this is really just in general. This is more of like how you're approaching life when these tools, and you could apply it to like work, relationships, health. But you guys are understanding that you have to be logical in getting there. So with this particular eclipse, it's definitely not over analyzing. It's definitely being like, okay, this is what I need. This is what I want. So let's be logical. Let's go here. This can wait. You guys are really moving quickly and making decisions like, enough of this. I'm done with this pattern. I'm done with this relationship. I talked to my boss already. I deserve that promotion. Why I waited 3 years to talk about it, I don't know. But you guys are doing this because you're having faith in yourself, Sagittarius. You know what you deserve. You know that you're worthy. You know that you've worked hard. You know that you're intelligent and smart enough. And maybe for a while you were doubting and you're trying to compromise, but really you're just giving away your power. Not anymore. With this eclipse, you're like, done and dusted. I'm stepping up into my own. If you want to come with me, come with me. If you don't, stay back. But I'm moving forward because I need to do this for myself. I'm stepping into a space of wisdom and clarity. I've gone through enough. I've experienced enough. I know who I am and I know what I deserve. And I'm doing it as a result. I'm not overthinking this anymore. If you want to be with me, be with me. If not, not. And this is a gross analogy, but I'm sure some of you guys have heard of it. Ever heard the term like shit or get off the pot? Like that's what it's like for you, Sagittarius. Like you're in, you're in, you're out, you're out. And if you want to be in, then fine, we'll find a middle ground. But I'm moving forward with this. I can't keep struggling because anything around me is struggling. Like I've done my best. I'm not holding myself back anymore. I'm allowing myself to step up, and I know what is meant for me will stay with me. What is meant for me cannot pass me. And if it's not, then it will leave. But you guys are not allowing yourself to overthink in order to keep you stuck. Does that make sense, Sagittarius? You guys are stepping, you got the sun, which is like the second best next to the star. Beautiful success. And as a result, because you're aligning with that sense of confidence, that same spirit that's naturally yours, Sagittarius, good things are unfolding. Good news, good announcements, opportunities, expansion. It's like, bam, what is yours? What is really yours by divine right? and it's beautiful. So listen to the wisdom, listen to wiser people. If you guys are doing business, listen to people who've done it before. If you guys are trying to fix relationship, listen to people who's older, wiser, and whose relationships you value and respect. Listen to it, because you can't solve a problem from the same energy it was created in. And by listening to outside perspectives and being willing to step out of your comfort zone and expand and grow and step into that wisdom, you guys are being well rewarded. So congratulations, Sag. Then that's not easy, honestly, because, oh my goodness, I'm not even an air sign, and I overthink, so I can't even imagine some of the other people and other signs that have this. And you're a fire sign. You are meant to move and to take action, and you guys have not really been in that element. And as a result, you've been feeling kind of, you know, and you're like, no more, no more. All right, Caps. Let's see. Mm-mm. Whew. All right, Caps, what are you going through? Whenever they're sticky, it's like, ooh, there's like emotional heaviness, which is fine. It's normal, but it's a little heavy. There we go. Thank you. All right. 8 of Raphael, 9 of Raphael. The clarity card is the divine guidance card as well. So for you guys, all right, Caps, I don't know what has been coming up for you emotionally. And it's probably a lot. But you have to, this is not, it might feel very overwhelming and you might feel lost and in the deeps. But Caps, it's not really meant to be a struggle for you. It's for you to recognize, you know, when like something's not good for you and it's really obvious, like, well, it's super obvious, you should just move forward. But we're like, but no, there's all this attachment and it's more complicated. But in reality, it's pretty straightforward. I get it. It's never straightforward when you're in it. But if you step out, it's like, yeah, it makes sense. You know, something like that. So Capricorns, for you, it's really asking you this with this eclipse is, you know what the right thing to do is. And something better is waiting for you. It really, really is. There's no amount of money that should keep you, guilt, shame, no amount of like a sense of like, some people have this sense of responsibility that, oh, well, I have to because they depend on me. I always tell people this, and it's a little, you know, morbid, but I'm like, if you were to die tomorrow, they'd figure it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying leave your children or something like that. That's not what I'm saying. So for instance, you might be in a job that you've been there for a long time and they pay you a lot of money and stuff like that, but you're freaking unhappy and they don't treat you well and things like that. And like, I need to move forward. Or you might be in a relationship that you know, like, I've invested 10 years in this relationship, but you're not happy and it's not in alignment. You guys are just rolling through the motions. You need to move forward. You know, these are just examples, by the way. Old patterns, old habits, closing the book. So maybe you've had a bad relationship with your mother for years and you're like, you know what? I can't get her to be on the same page, or I've tried over and over and over again to make this work. I just got to close this chapter. And these are heavy things. So I'm not trying to minimalize it in any way, but the universe is saying, it's okay. You've seen this card, like she's walking over. Let's just move past this. Something better is waiting for you. And there is. When you have the 9 of Raphael, which is the 9 of Cups, guys, this is dreams come true. You're releasing yourself from old patterns, unhealthy, toxic, emotional situations. And emotional situations aren't always just I mean, they're not just romantic relationships. They're friendships. They're colleagues, coworkers, environments, jobs, you know, family. There's all different kinds of relationships. And it's more about your emotional world, guys. Okay. So maybe that's even moving out of this house that you inherited and you feel bad because generations of your family live there and you're like, no, I don't like it. I want to have my own life. Things like that. Now, the clarity card is the divine guidance card. You guys are almost looking a little bit for permission. You know, like when you know the right answer, but you go to healers and readers, which is fine, for like confirmation, like, I'm not just feeling this, right? It's like that, Caps. You know what to do. And this eclipse is giving you the strength to step up and to step out and say, it's okay. It's okay. Don't judge yourself. Be compassionate, self-loving. Loving yourself and respecting yourself and doing something for your own health is not ever selfish. If it's abusing you in some way or unhealthy or self-sacrificing to the point that you're out of alignment, that's not selfish. That's self-preservation, guys. And as a result of acting in accordance and releasing and walking away from these things, you guys are going to be given this amazing, amazing new emotional experience. Life, really, finally having that reality, whether it's that family, environment, friends, you're going to be blessed with this. Now, if you're looking for help or confirmation, don't be going to your friends, no offense. But, you know, sometimes our friends are in the same boat, you know, so be going to people who you respect, counselors, healers, mentors, therapists, spiritual elders, anything like that, who can give you a sense of wisdom and security. So, you know, like, you know what, I can do this. Or they're giving you a sense of like support that comes from a deep well of experience and knowledge. So it gives you that oomph to go forward. Caps, this eclipse is bringing you a beautiful new chapter in your emotional life. You don't have to fight. You don't have to resist. Just stand up, let go, and walk away. Or if walking away sounds scary, walk toward what you're looking for. Don't fight what doesn't work. Just put all your energy into what you want to create. Let the rest be, because what you feed grows. So stop feeding those unhealthy channels and feed what it is you want and step into it, and it will open and blossom for you, guys. You're rising up from this unhealthy depth into something beautiful and new. Okay? You guys got this. It's helping us. It might feel like heavy and like, oh my God, it's taking me for a loop, but it really is here to help us. It makes us so uncomfortable and so dense where we have to act or move out or change in some way. And it really is for our highest good. Even I have to tell myself that when I'm going through shit, I'm like, ugh, it's the last thing I want to hear. But it's true. Okay, Aquarius. Let's see. Wow, this is coming up real easy. Aquarius, it's pretty straightforward. I don't think you guys are lacking awareness in any way. You guys have the wheel, the Seven of Michael, and the clarity card is the peace card. You guys are actually moving in a brand new direction. Aquarius, when you have the Seven of Michael, you've recognized like you're beating your head against the wall, you're trying to force a door, or things are kind of moving forward, but it's a little bit more of a struggle. So, you know, you recognizing that there's a better way to go about what you're trying to achieve. An example of this, Aquarius, can be maybe you've always been trying to get into a certain kind of job. Maybe you grew up with this dream of always being a firefighter or something, right? And as you grew, you kind of stuck with it because that was always your dream, even though you evolved and even though you keep trying and trying and trying, you're not getting into the academy, you're not getting the job you want. And the universe is like, it's not to punish you. It's not to hurt you. It's because you have to sit back and think, is this still my dream? Is this still resonate with me? It's actually a redirection it's a blessed redirection. You guys have the wheel. And when this is like the moment you stop banging your head against a wall, or you recognize, okay, why isn't this opening? It's not because I'm not good enough. It's not because I lack ability or skill. Maybe it's a sign. Maybe there's a better way to go about what I'm trying to achieve. So ask yourself, what is it? At the end of the day, is it really being, this is an example, was it really being a fireman, or was it because I wanted to help people? Because I wanted to feel confident, because I wanted to make a difference? Well, there's lots of things that have all those possibilities. The eclipse, guys, when you have the wheel card, it's a move in a different direction. Not scary. It's not like a 180, but it's definitely a 45 to 90 degree turn. And when you guys are open to that new redirection, end of delays. You might have been whacking your head against the wall the last several months. The moment you step back and like, I'm willing to look at something different and try something different, boom, you guys are just going to move on. The universe is going to clear the way. It's like, yes, thank you. Thank you for listening. And it's going to do it in this new direction. Is providing you so much happiness. Maybe you thought you could only be happy if you work, you know, maybe your family, your dad or your mom works 70-hour weeks, and you thought, well, the only way I can be successful is by struggling and overworking because it's all about that. And you realize, you know what? I don't want to do that. I'm going to do it this way. And the universe is providing you a better way. FYI, when you have the Seven of Michael, this would not be the first time you heard this. Aquarius. More than likely, you've had friends, family, acquaintances say, you know what? You know, you'd be really good as a journalist. And you're like, that's the fourth time I've heard that shit. Something like that, Aquarius. This is not news to you. You're very aware of it. Now, the clarity card is the peace card. So I understand while this might be easy for me to say, for you, it feels very deep. Because sometimes we have to let go of an old dream, an old belief, an old way of doing things. And that can be grievous. To other people, they might be like, what's the big deal? It's just so much more successful. Well, to you, it was because maybe you held on to that dream. Maybe you held on to that idea. Maybe you thought it was going to play out this way, but it played out that way. And even though the way it's going to play out is 10 million times better, there's still an attachment to be released, and an attachment to a dream, an idea, a belief, a way of doing things. So honor that process. It's a very let go and let God, or whatever you believe in, card. Allow yourself to feel, allow yourself the process of letting go and coming to terms and accepting and knowing that it wasn't any lack of you in any way, but a blessing. You know, have you ever heard that term, rejection is protection? Well, when you get rejected, I freaking hate it. I'm like, don't tell me that, I feel like crap. But it really is. It really is. And you're going to be so much happier. That doesn't mean you're not having the feels though. So it's okay. Honor that. Let that go. Surrender it up. Surrender to whatever you believe in and say, fill me with faith, hope, love, optimism. Now show me the way. And dude, once you do, wowza, watch out. It's going to be quick. Happiness is yours. And it's just taking your time to let go of being a little stubborn of how you think things should have played out and embrace how things are meant to play out for your highest good and happiness, guys. Trust. It's going to be great. All right. Pisces, last but not least, my patient little Pisces, although there's timestamps, so I guess you don't require patience. But for anybody that sticks with me through this entire reading, thank you. Now let's see, Pisces, what is happening this week for you? Ooh, nice. Okay. 3 of Ariel, 10 of Ariel, and you also got 7 of Michael. It's so funny how the signs together tend to share cards. It's just similar energy that's kind of moving over all of us. So for you guys, Pisces, yeah. So this is traditionally the 3 of coins and the 10 of coins. And you guys, this week, this eclipse, Pisces, is really moving you into your creative self. This is all about a time of extreme creative growth, career growth, really honing your skills and collaboration. When you have the 3 of Ariel, this is about working with other people in order to build your ideas. Now, when you have it with the 10 of Ariel, this is definitely more than likely business. Whether this is your own projects, you could be working for a marketing company, but on the side, you're this amazing artist, right? And now you're holding exhibitions for your art and you're selling it. Things like that. It doesn't matter, guys. So please don't be like, but I work as an accountant. It doesn't matter. You could be making jewelry in your garage and selling it on Etsy. Like this time, guys, right now, this eclipse and this week is going to be extremely creative. A lot of ideas. The universe is going to be bringing in people to help you. So you might be like, I can get my business off the ground if only I knew how to build a website, you know, that excuse we give ourselves. And all of a sudden you meet somebody who's doing free pro bono work and they'll build your website. Things like that. And you're going to be collaborating and working, maybe, you know, in tandem. You offer them a service, they offer you a service. And with this, guys, this is a lot of financial success. But the reason these creative plans are going to be so successful is, number one, you planned. So guys, sit down with your planner or a piece of paper or a whiteboard and like, okay, what is my mission? What is my 3-month, 6-month, 12-month, and 2-year goals? You guys have to have something to work towards, not just willy-nilly. You know, you guys, this is what the universe is doing. It's providing you the creativity, inspiration, opportunity, financial success, and support. And it's doing that so you guys can get clear, get motivated, and start working towards tangible goals. The clarity card is the 7 of Michael, which only tells me, again, this is meant to happen with people, guys. It's not all on your shoulders. There's no such thing as an overnight success, and no one does it alone. Nobody is an island, Pisces. ask for help, listen to other people's perspectives. Maybe the reason your business has been taking, this is an example, maybe the reason your business has been taking so long to get off the ground is because you're not taking advice from people who've been in the industry for a long time. You're not trying, you're beating your head against a wall, going in this direction when things change daily. God, the world around us is changing daily. Listen up, listen to what other people have to say, listen to other ideas, think outside the box, try it out, you know, trial and error, test things out, put it out there. Don't wait for the perfect product or to be perfectly ready. You never are. So just go out there, Pisces, create, grow, hone those skills, take all those opportunities. Maybe you're a photographer and you have a friend who I don't know, works in production. They're like, hey, can you take some behind the scene photos pro bono to build your portfolio? And you're like, hell yes, I've never done behind the scene photos, but screw it. I'm going to try it out. Maybe I'll be good at that. You guys really are doing a lot of deep foundational work because everything you're doing right now is long-term. It's not short-term. This is not just for, you know, fun, shits and giggles. You're doing this because you have a long-term dream. And understand, when you want to be somewhere, get somewhere big, you have to put in the time, the effort, the skill. You build it, right? You hone it, Pisces, and you are there. You're on a trajectory. So if something's not working, stop wasting time. Try another door. Try another way. Figure it out. Pisces, you're meant to be moving and shaking, even percolating a lot with all the emotions, the visions, the drive, the inspiration. Now we're putting it in to creative focus, guys. And sometimes when we're in this creative space, it's really hard to be structured, but do your best to try to, like, okay, I'm going to wake up at 9. I'm going to try this out. I know that I only have time this time in the morning, and really try to stick to it. But also, when you have the 10 of Ariel, there's so much to be grateful for. You have so much help in terms of family and friends and support, guys. Really, really take a moment to be like, you know what? I'm pretty blessed. And go forward, guys. Take the support, take the help, the insight, and run with it. You guys are meant to be percolating ideas and trying it out, okay? And it's really going to be the foundation and growth. You never know. The thing you try out now could be a product you open up 3 years from now. Nothing's out. Nothing's kind of out of the game. Bring everything in. Move forward. You got it, Pisces. Guys, I hope this serves you. Have a beautiful week. Deep breath. If you guys are feeling heavy this week, we're rising above it. We're stepping out of it. But sometimes we have to sit in it in order to really observe and let it go so that we can be transformed and ascend. I know it's uncomfortable, but emotional energy must be expressed. And this is why there's this weird stillness in this eclipse. There's this weird, like, oh, I don't want to, discomfort, because when you run from it, it just grows. So you're sitting in it, understanding it, coming to terms with it, letting go, making decisions. You guys, we're all going to do it. The eclipse universe got our back, guys, and it's going to be great. If you're looking for a tarot session, a healing session, or a life coaching session, my link is down below, guys. Otherwise, blessings to all of you. Spend as much time outside in nature as possible during this eclipse, guys. It really is beneficial. If you have to work outside, cry outside, read outside. I climbed a tree twice last week. I was like, I gotta be, I gotta be in the element. I just sat in trees, and it was wonderful. But that's me. So I hope this serves you guys. I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye.